Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our podcast about Beyond the Gate. Space Sweeps is starting to pick up, it seems like. So let's start with Anita has her last chemo. I was so happy for her. I said, thank goodness it's the last one for her. And she rang that bell. I felt so happy for her. And she's just ready to be done with this. She wants to move on with her life, move forward. And I thought the appointment with her doctor, it was very overwhelming.
It
It was a
was.
lot of information that I did not know about. That if you had a double mastectomy, that could help not have the cancer come back, but then you could have your ovaries and fallopians taken out. I said, what? Like everything? So it was a lot going on there. But she decided to go with the lympectomy instead. And she has to do some radiation after that. But what were your thoughts on Anita's last chemo and her appointment with her doctor?
It was good. I agree with you when she rang the bell. But yeah, when she talked to her doctor, I was overwhelmed just listening to it all. I was surprised, but then Anita probably most likely did her research before she even got to that appointment. Because I was kind of surprised that she made her decision right there on the spot because it was so much information he was throwing at her. But knowing Anita, she already knew, ahead of time about each and every one of those that he
Mm-hmm.
was, laying out to her. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of information. I think that whoever's writing this is doing an excellent job in trying to educate the public itself about somebody with that particular kind of breast cancer. I think they did a really good job. But yeah, I felt overwhelmed just watching it. So I couldn't imagine being that person or even close to somebody that's dealing with that because it's a lot. And I think that if somebody is dealing with that, like in real life, they need to have another person there just to
Mm-hmm.
help them to dissect all of that because it was a lot.
Absolutely. And I like that Anita and Mona taught and how Mona wants to help her church with people who are going through cancer to have some kind of help there, to have them drive to their appointments, just someone to be there for them because it's a lot to take on. It's exhausting and you just can't do everything without a village helping you. So I thought that was a very good scene, and just to bring more awareness to just the little things that we don't think about when someone is going through an illness. So whoever's writing
Yeah, I
this,
agree.
bravo to you because there's some stuff
Yes,
I didn't know about. So thank you
me too.
for educating us about it because I was like, wow, it's just fabulous writing and it's very
Educational.
educational. So that's what
Yes.
I really enjoyed about this storyline. Now let's move on to the drama of Beyond the Gates, which is Chelsea. Now Chelsea gets approached by this reporter person or whatever. That girl just has no restraints whatsoever. She didn't have to knock his phone out of his hand like that. And kind of find out is because of Mike, Bill's ex partner. When he walked in, I said, oh snap, hey Mike, how's it going? Such a sleaze. Just, ugh. But I enjoy him coming back and taunting Bill. What I didn't like was when Naomi walked in. And he's like, oh, you dress up for me? I said, oh, hell no, that's a punch to the face right there. I was like, ooh. And Bill was like, hey, like, that's my daughter right there. But I'm not sure how this is going to go because Madison is already on edge because her future in laws are helping her through all of this and she already feels bad about it. And Mike already said he's gonna drag her through the mud to the Earth's core. I'm not sure how this is gonna go for Madison. I feel like this could break up Chelsea and Madison. What do you think?
Mike is, yeah, he's a sleazeball, but it's when he said he was gonna drag it out, I said that's not good.
Mm-mm.
Because it's going to cost Madison way more than she can afford at that point too.
Mm-hmm.
Because he can drag it out for years and years, but like Mike told them, he can totally destroy her reputation all, and then she won't be able to practice or do anything. So I don't know. I mean, he gave them an amount that they can settle, but it was crazy. It was
Yeah,
too much
it was
money.
like billions or something. I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, it was a crazy number that he threw out there. So I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna play out. It's gonna be interesting to see how it does play out. But Mike is right though. He could just keep dragging that thing out of pill after pill after pill. And he could basically bankrupt Madison before it's over with, just then
Hmm.
constantly going back and forth through the court system. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But then yeah, then Chelsea went viral by her knocking the phone out of the reporter's hand, and she had to then do not really an apology to the public, but just explain why she did what she did.
Hmm. I thought she did great with that. She took the advice. I'm glad she was smart enough to call her father about it before she did it. And he's like, don't mention the lawsuit or anything like that. Just tell your side of it. And people seemed like they were acceptable to what she said. I
Yeah,
did like how Danny is like change her outfit. Chelsea like no, and the cat's like yeah. The only negative comments is that you should have changed your outfit. I thought that was funny, but then Haley was there, and everybody's like, why is she on this call? Like why is she there? Because she can't stand Danny, of course, and Danny can't stand her. But I was like, Haley, this is a family matter, and you're not family, all right? It was what I really wanted to say. So Haley was, hoping that her and Naomi can be friends, and Naomi's like, nah, like that probably would never happen. But I did like Bill. Bill seemed so proud of his daughters. Like you see
hmm
on his face, he's very, very proud of them. And that's one of the things I like about Bill. Is that he's an idiot when it comes to Haley. When it comes to his daughters, he really tries his best to be there for them. And he's very proud of them. And I really like that about Bill. And I like to see more of that. And just
yeah.
Haley just brings him down a bit though.
Yeah, I like the scenes too with him and Naomi because he really wants that, but he can't keep trying to pressure Naomi though into quitting what she's doing and kind of going to, you know, making money the way he does, with law. So he does kind of, he does need to kind of take a step back with that because
Mhm.
it's not what she wants to do. But yeah, it was good to see him where he's happy. He's like, look at my baby, kind of thing. And then them
Mhm.
working together, he really likes that. And I could tell he really wanted her to come on and just work in his law firm and they probably be partners or whatever. But yeah, but I'm with Naomi though. It's not always about the money. In her case, she wants to help people that have had some kind of wrong in their life and needed legal counsel. So
Mhm.
it's nothing wrong with what she's doing, but I understand where Bill's coming from. It's like, yeah, but she'll never make, like good money. But at the same time, it's not about money, it's about helping people. So kudos to Naomi for even trying to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Naomi, is babysitting Ashley. Now she told Jake. Oh my gosh, Jacob told Naomi about Leah Whitmore. And then she told Ashley. I think Ashley can't hold a secret for anything. She's on edge. She's jumpy. She's all over the place. I'm like, Ashley, you gotta work on being calm, cool, and collected right now. And
Didn't the
Grace,
phone, wait a minute, hold on. Didn't the phone ring and she jumped?
yeah, she jumped, and Shanice is like, "What's going on with you?" She's like, "Oh, and Shanice is like, you had too much caffeine or something." It was. She's all over the place, and I feel like she can't keep it up. It's getting to her. This is what day 2 or 3. She's already like cracking under pressure already, and Grace is trying to keep her away. Like, look, just stay away, stay with people you can trust and stay away from me, So I'm glad Grace is trying to keep her away, but she still wants to know what's going on. She had confronted Smitty. We'll say what's going on. Smitty's like, I can't tell you anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Smitty's walking around all cocky, thinking he gonna be at the warehouse. I'm like, dude, Smitty, you're about to get shot. All right, like you need to take a step back from this. You will have your story. But Jacob, I felt like he didn't do that great on his first undercover. Now his dad told him he did. Not really. You have Smitty involved. You got Naomi. You got Ashley involved. They all know where you're staying at. They keep showing up at your hotel when you said that they should communicate via phone. It's like, what's going on, Jacob? But at least the story is wrapping up. So next week, the VIPs are supposed to be there at this warehouse. And it looks like there's going to be a shootout going on. So be warned. Something could go down. I definitely feel that Grayson is going to be unalive. I don't see him making us out of this because he gives Ashley some kind of file in the promo. We also have Leah seeing Jacob at the warehouse. So Leah's done. I think by the following week, I think Leah is going to be done. And I like her as a villain. She's cold. She's to the point. She don't care about nobody's feelings. She care about getting that money. And now Grayson's at the clinic because Leah talked to Leslie. Leslie went off on Derek. Poor Derek. But it's a lot that's going to go down. I think some people are going to get hurt, but I definitely feel like Grayson's going to be unalive. What do you think is going to happen next week?
I'm not sure what's gonna happen, like who might get shot, unfortunately, but I'm here for it because we've been waiting for this, to go ahead and play itself out, and it look like it's gonna play itself out next week. I did
Finally.
like, yeah, I did like Malone because with Malone, you just never know where he's at with stuff. And I did like him having Leah come in and ask her about the cameras at the hospital, security cameras, because it went out when somebody went into Nicole's office, and then it went out again. And I know it went out that day that Grayson had got, stabbed in the hallway. So Malone is definitely on the side of law and order. So I was glad about that.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, Joey knows that Smitty is basically trying to get a story about the plasma ring. I still don't think Joey is a part of it. I think Joey just likes to know what's going on because if he can use some kind of leverage later, that's what he does. So I still don't think he's a part of it. I'll be shocked if he is a part of it. For a split second, I thought Leslie could be because it was a scene. I can't remember what it was this past week. Her talking to Derek about allowing Grayson to work at the clinic. It was the way she was talking to Derek. I mean, she always be talking nasty to him, but it was like a different tone that made me go, wait a minute, could she be a part of this? Because Leslie is shady. And even though she got
Mm-hmm.
money, so what? She could have been into that before they came to town or whatever. But I'm sure they won't do that to her character because they're trying to keep the character on there. But yeah, for a split second, I said, hmm. And then when I saw the episode yesterday with Smitty and Jacob talking about it, I said, okay, it wasn't just me because I was thinking for a split second Leslie could have some involvement.
I'd be shocked if it's Leslie. Leslie isn't. I mean, she's shady, but she not.
Should she more than shady? She tried to run Laura off the road.
Well, yeah, she is shady, but I feel like Plasma level of the storyline, I don't think she's at that level. She does some
Mm-hmm.
dirty stuff, absolutely. But this whole Plasma stuff that's been going on long before she even got on the scene at Fair Marquez, I don't think so. I'd be shocked if it's Leslie. If it's
Wouldn't it be good
Joey,
though?
I would be disappointed if it was Joey because that's
Me too.
obvious. I'd be
Yeah.
like, really, writers? Y'all couldn't think of anybody else. I need a shocker. If it's Leslie, I'll be highly surprised
I
if it's
need them to
Leslie.
listen. If it's Leslie, I need them to cue the music, da da da, and then it's Leslie.
I would be shocked. Like, what? Like, if it's like Kyle Carlton, okay, if it's Monica, Shanice's aunt, okay, but Leslie, I'd be like, what? Can y'all explain this to me? They would need to break it down if it
well,
is
you know what?
Leslie.
It probably won't be her because remember they said it's two family members
Yeah,
that's
well,
just at the top that's running it, so we don't know who it
supposedly, yes.
is.
Now, family doesn't mean
Yeah,
blood. Family could be someone you've been with for a long time that
yeah.
you consider family. Doesn't have to be blood related. So we shall see on that one. I look forward to next week when everything is at the climax of the storyline and we can wrap it up. That's our take on Beyond the Gates this week. It's a lot that's going to happen next week, and we are looking forward to it. Check out our YouTube channel where we talk about an extra topic or two that didn't make it into the podcast. And leave a like and comment if you are enjoying Beyond the Gates this week. Until next time, everybody.
Bye, everyone.